Hey, good morning, everybody. AJ here. We are here in my hometown, the LBC, Lynchburg City, and we are going to do a on-site consultation at my aunt's church, Mount Pleasant, another Mount Pleasant. See what we can do to help them get modernized and see what actually they're looking for. I think they're mainly looking for videos and stuff. Don't know video systems, TVs, cameras, stuff like that. Not sure about live streaming, but we will find that out pretty soon. So I'm not supposed to be there till 10, but we're gonna go and get the car here cleaned up and see if I can get an oil change and then head over to the church. So let's go. All right, folks, we are here early. That's how we like to roll. So we're here at Mount Pleasant Baptist Church in Altavista, Virginia. This is actually got family that actually goes to this church. So just waiting for everybody to get here. I'm gonna eat my breakfast and listen to a nice audio book through Audible, and we'll take you inside once everybody gets here.
Come on in, sir.
Thank you. So I'm thinking 65-inch 4K TVs down here. Maybe do 2 sound bars, because there's no point in just doing all this other stuff just to do speakers to go on the wall. I'll see. But if we're already gonna run the cable here, I think just having a sound bar on the TV will actually be better, because there's no reasoning why anyone would just be downstairs listening without the TV being on. And inside of here as well, we're going to do a TV in this back wall, 2 on either side where the speakers are. Those speakers are going to be relocated. Then we're going to run everything into their existing sound system. Then put a camera in the front and the back. Hey, and this is a big version of the keyboard that I got at home. But yeah, and then a remote, most likely because of a space situation. I'm probably going to do an A2 Mini Extreme that will allow that to do the live streaming, and then maybe get a scaled down system to handle scripture and lyrics. As much as I don't want to do it, I'll probably do a laptop, because that will handle with the space. But based off of what's going to happen, the Extreme is going to handle all the heavy lifting. So do a SCI distribution, go to the other TVs. Might even think about that Ori splitter, but we'll see. That's what the plan is right now. All right, and there we go again. I'm gonna end up putting this stuff together, but it was interesting. This guy, my dad taught him in science class. Always remnants of all the stuff my dad has done from teaching science and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny to have a full circle come back. And he also said that he had read my first book, so gave them a lot of ideas on the stuff like that. So honored that the book is still helping, and I'm still working on book number 2. Been busy with a lot of good stuff, but unfortunately the second book I'm gonna have to push back by a month so I can have enough time to finish it up, but it is still coming. So let's get on the road. I gotta pass by my mom, so I think I left something there. I'm gonna get there, get on the road, and then next time you'll see me, we're gonna be at the computer and we're gonna be designing this system. So let's get on the road. All right, so we are back, and let's go ahead and design this system for Mount Pleasant Baptist Church. So let's go ahead and cut over to my desktop. We got Draw IO here. So let's get to designing. And of course, when I'm done, in the description, there will be a link to the image. Well, actually, it'll be a link to my blog with the image, since I can't attach an image here. But then I'll also have a list of everything that we'll use in this install. And honestly, this is a fairly simple design based off of what we're going to do. So, we're going to start with our ATEM Mini Extreme. And the reason I'm going with this is because they don't have that many people there, and I need this to be as simple as possible. So they're not into streaming yet, but they want to have the equipment available to stream. So the idea is we set this up. You can point to Facebook, YouTube, wherever, and it is simply going to be a button press. All right. And against what I normally would do, we're going to get a laptop here. And only because I personally like desktops, because it gives you more growth. And if this stuff gets outdated, it's easy to go to a Best Buy and get some parts, or Amazon, a Newegg or something like that. But again, we're limited in space, and we want this to be simple. This is going to be used just to run like Presenter by Worship Extreme for lyrics and scripture. All right, so we're going to connect that here over HDMI. All right, and then we're going to add 2 cameras, one in the front, one in the back. So I'll say this is front PTZ. And then we have another one. That'll be back PTZ. Now, these are going to be converted because of the distance. So we're going to have SDI to HDMI converters here. Those will live in the media booth area, which is pretty small. So that's another reason why I need to have this stuff to be as small as possible. Got another one right there. So we're going SDI out into the camera. Into the converter, and then HDMI into the ATEM Mini Extreme. So we still have 5 more inputs. So that's really cool. All right, so let's label that SDI. Now, what I'm going to do is actually put a PoE switch back here, because this will allow us to not have to worry about getting an electrician to run power into the location of each one of these cameras, and then we can just kill the power, and then boom, there we go. So we'll do PoE switch, and this is going to feed into, I want to do it on the side, not right there. So we got that one. That one. Then we also are connecting to the laptop, obviously. We are also connecting to the ATEM. All right, so let's make these green. How about that? All right, so this will be Cat 6, and Cat 6. All right, so that's sending power. Now we also still need to run a connection for our joystick here, so that we can control everything that's going how we can control the cameras. Because again, the joystick is there, but they specifically wanted it to be simple. So the joystick is going to be there for manual control, but it's going to be there with the ability of manual control, but there are going to be presets, kind of like at my church, to where they want to just be able to press a button and it will go to a different specific position. So that's not a problem. put it right here. And then I'll say PTZ controller. All right, and because of the distance, we are going to run everything. Now, we actually got a couple of options here. We could go with a straight, if those cameras that we get support IP control, we could just get an IP controller, and then we don't have to run anything. We just have to connect our joystick to our network, and that's it. And we don't have to run separate cables there. So I think that would be ideal. But so I'll do serial controller. This is what I've typically installed outside of Faith Family Worship Center. That was an IP based one. This one would require us to run another connection to excuse me, to the controller, and then daisy chain it back from here to the other one, something like that. And that it gets a little messy, but again, that would work. So let's change this to purple, even though it is the same cable. We just want to put it in a place to where it's easy to see. So I'm going to say RS232 to RJ45. All right. So that would control that. But again, the simpler way would be to have an IP controller, and that would control everything. Now, if I can find one that's reasonably priced and the PTZs that they go with support it, I will do that. All right. So we got our cameras and stuff like that done. Now, we need to have we have two outputs on our ATEM Mini Extreme. So the first one is going to go to our distribution matrix to feed to all 5 TVs that are going to be in the building. So we need to do an HDMI to SDI for those distances. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. Oh. To HDMI to SDI. There we go. I still need to resize it. All right. So we got this. This is going to feed out from our ATEM for output number 1. And we're going to convert that over to a SDI distribution box. That'll be SDI. That's the black cable. And then we're going to go to our televisions. Now, I asked specifically when I was doing the on-site, do they want all the TVs to show the exact same thing? They said they did. So that makes this easier. But if we ever wanted to split something, we would have to add something else, because the other HDMI output from the ATEM Mini Extreme is going to be used for the multi-view. I think that's enough space here. All right, so each one of these is going to need one of these converter boxes. And I should move all of these over. So I can have a little bit more space. So SDI to HDMI on each TV. Three, 4, and 5. All right, so there we go. And the distribution box that I have, we still have 3 more outputs. So if they want to ever add another TV, we can. Now, one other thing that we're going to do is, instead of running speakers, we're just going to put a sound bar on 2 of the TVs downstairs instead of running everything from more speaker cable and all this other stuff inside of here. All right. So we'll say this is Fellowship TV 1. And then this is Fellowship TV 2. All right. And then we got, all our other TVs here. So that would be left TV, right TV, and then back TV. All right. Pretty straightforward. And then we have one more monitor, and this is going to be right there in the area where all of the equipment will reside, and that will be another HDMI out right there, and that will be direct connection for our multi-view. So very simple type of setup. Don't think it's going to be, because ideally we're only running 2 cables downstairs. All the rest of everything is only going to be a cable in the back, 1 Ethernet cable, or possibly 2 if we have to run the serial joystick in the back for the PTZ, and then everything else is maybe within 15 feet of where everything else is. So now we also need to move the speakers out of the way so that we can hang these 2 TVs in the sanctuary. But the good thing is all of them are going to be flat against the wall. There's not like articulating arms or nothing like that is needed. So that's about it. Like I said, I'll have a link down below listing every single thing that will go into this install. And on my blog, I will show a rough estimate on how much that would cost in parts. I won't include what I normally charge for, install, because if you're doing this yourself, hey, you can get away with that. But I think that's about it. So if we get an approval, because this is me submitting an estimate to them, if they pick me, hey, what we'll do is take y'all along and show you the install. So if you have any other questions, let me know down below. And what I'd love to do, if anybody's interested, is maybe bring somebody on live and we can actually design a system for them if they would like. So that's a different live stream that I'm thinking about doing in the future. So let me know if you're interested in anything like that. So if you like this type of content, I appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. I want to thank the patrons and the YouTube members for making this video possible. Their names on the screen right now, and you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or you can become a YouTube member by clicking the join button below. No matter which way you pick, folks, you are helping us train media ministries all over the world. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ, and we will see you on the next video. Later.